What you got? Okay, your target is Oliver Doolin, one of the most prolific caravan robbers in recent history. For over 2 decades, he and a number of cronies pillaged NCR commerce in and around the frontier. It was only recently that he teamed up with Marco. Nobody's quite sure why he got in bed with Marco, but he did. That gets him on our list. A source indicates that he's alone in a shack outside town. He might not be surrounded by a gang, but don't underestimate Doolin. He's rumored to be quick and steady. Dangerous combination. Any questions? Nobody runs with Marco unless they're a bad customer. Doolin wasn't just a robber. He killed at least one sheriff in cold blood. Besides, Brookshire is adamant about this one. NCR doesn't forgive or forget. Alright, you just watch yourself out there. Good luck.
If the NCR ain't got to worry about seasonal money?
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh. Cessation of hostilities complete. This one looks pretty tough. Was that all? Ready, steady, fighty. That's all.
We will not abide by your crimes, scum.
Bad guys dealt with.
Something don't feel right.
Easy there, killer. I'm not looking to fight you. At least not yet. I know you're probably out for blood, but would you mind hearing me out first? I wonder why you really came here. I've heard stories about Randall and all that business down in Vegas, but this is different. They say you've killed a lot of bad men. Got a real instinct for it. Maybe you really are as good as they say. Let me tell you something, though. It won't matter if you go up against Marco. I'm not trying to scare you, because it's not about skill. I know Marco. I know him well. I believe he came here to turn away from what he was, start over. He changed his name, even got a woman. When he found out about Sergio, I saw him change again. Like somebody had flipped over a card. That old demon inside was awake again. You might be fast, you might be tough, but Marco will do anything to settle that score. He wanted you to come here. You think you're good? Believe me, you ain't half as fast as Marco. Nobody, not even Doc Friday, stands a chance in a straight fight. I grew up on the frontier. My parents were NCR settlers. Farming never suited me, though. As a young man, I just wanted to feel alive, not like dying a little every day. That's what farming was to me, a slow death. I ran away at 15, joined the gang. I learned the trade soon enough, took to robbing caravans, but it was never about the money. I enjoyed the chase, leading men into the fray, staying ahead of the law. Only the Rangers ever got close to me, though. Last few years, it got harder, though. We'd been boxed in by NCR, Legion, and Hades, and they all wanted me dead. When Marco showed up, he offered to get me set up in Frost Hill in exchange for a share of my earnings and unwavering loyalty. See, Frost Hill is a haven for old bandits like me. It's where we come to escape and settle down, free from the government and savages out there. Ironically, now that I'm getting older, I find myself missing that old farm more and more. I do wonder what became of it sometimes. I had hoped to ease out of this racket, maybe start selling tobacco. A man will always pay good money for a smoke. I soon realized that Marco had other plans for me and for this town. I don't know exactly what, but things will never be the same up here. NCR always wanted my head for the money I stole. They didn't care much about that sheriff and the 2 deputies I shot, just the money. So you gonna gun me down like the rest and saw off my finger? Vicious business. Damn bears love their records. If you're gonna speak in degrees of bad, there's Marco, and then there's everybody else. Those men you mentioned feared Marco for a reason. See, he doesn't live to outshoot folks or even kill people. He revels in domination. He believes he's special, more so than anyone. Going after you is probably as much about revenge for Sergio as it is to preserve the myth around him. He loves to be feared more than anything. All the others, I bet they never did that to you. Gave you real pause. You just went after them like a hunter, and it worked. Marco will use that instinct against you. I don't know how or when, but he'll find a way. I just wish you wouldn't give him the opportunity. Yeah, including you. Marco doesn't have any army, and he won't need one. He'll hit you before you hit him. That much I can promise. What happens next? I'd like for you to walk away. Leave this behind while you're still in one piece. As for me, I'd like to do the same. But let's face it, I'm a dead man outside Frost Hill. I know you aren't going anywhere, so that sort of boils it down. What, so I can start over and be an honest citizen? I might just be a half-assed bandit, but even I have some sense of justice. It's my choice, you uppity fuck. I suppose it was meant to be.
Cessation of hostilities complete. Fighting over.
We win?
What is it, partner? I know he wasn't as rough as some of the others, but it had to be done. His past was bound to catch up with him at some point. I hope you caught your breath with dueling, because the next one is going to be a bitch. Just let me know when you're ready for it.